I built this homemade metal brake out of scrap metal. Check out how I did it. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be building me a much needed metal brake. So stay tuned. You want to have a notch in your stand metal or brace metal so that you can have your sleeve come out center. You want to make sure that your pivot point is in the center of the pivot pin. Yep. Pretty good. Well, let's hope it's right. Like I say, eyeballing everything. I don't have any fancy schmancy equipment to do this with, so. Okay, so far so good. Now this thing isn't going to do like super thick metal. All it's going to be for is your basic sheet metal. So it should be strong enough to handle that at least. So there's one side. I do believe that's going to work fantastic. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually flatten this side out, because this is the side that I need to be flat. Now I'm not going to flatten my pin all the way to the end, just to the end of the metal here. Get the grinder. Okie dokie. So, got that much done. Let's check this out again. Probably need a little grease. Kind of squeaky. We need to take a measurement here. Five and 7/8. 25 and 7/8. Now this will be my main brace across here for my table, quote unquote. So, let's say 25 and 7/8. Better double check. 25 and 7/8. Okay. Five and 7/8. And to make sure that we're relatively square, okay. So we got our notch. Now we can put this bad boy back together again. See how she fits. Okay, I think she's gonna work. Just gotta weld it up. Sure it's flush, the other piece. this underneath. Bada boom, bada bang. Alright, let's clean it up, see what it looks like. Well, it looks like it's right. I have to use some WD-40 or something on those hinges, or grease it or something somehow. Squeaky, squeaky. Okay, so I did find something to use. These are actually the old studs from my old struts that I just changed the other day. So we're going to get the holes drilled. I already got them marked and stuff, and I already started them. So okay, and I think that drill bit is done for. Put the stud in, weld it down, and that'll be amazing. All right. Okay, so the last metal that I need to cut is actually my braces for my pieces of angle iron. Because they're just not strong enough to hold like I want them to. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get those cut, and then I'm gonna weld them to the pieces that I need to. So I'm gonna use my plasma cutter for that. I am using a piece of angle iron to actually, help me with guiding the line to keep it straight. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I am going to have to take the grinder and clean that up. It is pretty choppy. But hey, it was easier than using the angle grinder and a cutting wheel. So I'm actually going to go ahead and leave this together while I grind it, so that I can make it like the same length, and then I'll take them apart and then finish cleaning it up. Okay, so now that I got that cleaned up, let's see if it comes apart. Yeah, just fine. Just fine. Now I need to cut the ends. Like I say, you can see it's and it had like holes in it randomly too, or well, whatever. For what it was for, is what the holes were for. So now I need to cut these ends off, which I am going to go ahead and use the plasma cutter for that as well. I also need to get this other piece cut because it's got like a 90 at the end of it. I'm just wanting to clean it up, make it look a little better. So now I'm going to clean these jagged edges up, and then I'll be ready to finish this up. Like I said earlier in the video, I've got a bunch of pieces already cut and ready to go, and this was just 2 pieces that I didn't have ready because I've even actually got my piece of sheet metal ready. So alright, so I got both pieces cut now. I still got to clean up this second piece, and then I'll get to welding it together. Okay, now that I got all my pieces cleaned, I got this one positioned and ready to go. I got it grounded. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do some zipper welds. I'm going to do a few on this end to get it tacked down real good. And then what I'll do is I'll make sure that they're strong enough, and then I will clamp the other end down because it is kind of bowed a little bit, but with that being the factory edge, it should straighten that out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and clamp this end. To make it even. might do a little bit of grinding on this, make it look a little better. I'm gonna go ahead and weld up these handles, get these welded together so that they'll be ready to weld on. Okay, so now that we're done with these, I'm getting them cleaned up. Yeah, I'm just going to weld this together, then I'm going to take these two pieces and weld them up there, and then I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to actually weld the full piece underneath, and that should do it for that. Getting it put together thus far. Now So now it's time to put the little table on. I almost forgot I gotta put my hold down studs in. Look at that. Not too bad if I say so myself. Don't look too bad. Okay, so now we're going to check and see about the angle. Yeah, it's not quite a perfect 90, but this will still be way better. I mean, because I can always adjust it a little if need be. So, but this will make it a whole lot faster than using these bending vice grips, which is not bad for like small stuff, but if I got something, well, I believe the bending surface was 21 3/4 inches. So if I got something that's like 20 inches long, it's really kind of a pain to have to use those. So this will make it so much easier, so much nicer. Like I say, it's not absolutely perfect, but it is pretty darn good. It is a pretty good bend. And like I say, if anything, I can just make minor adjustments as I go along. It does work very well, I might add. Because even though it's not a perfect 90, it's still a nice straight line. No wrinkles, no creases, no nothing like that. So, and this isn't super heavy. I'm sure I can do much heavier gauge than this. This is probably, I don't know, 22 gauge, 24 gauge. But I dare to say that I could probably do at least 16 gauge with no problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this video. I sure appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notifications, and throw a comment down below if you wish. Let me know what you think of the little project here, the little metal brake. And I hope you all have a spectacular day or night, whichever one it is for you. Peace out. In case you ran across this video because you was looking for a metal brake, I'll have a couple links down below for a couple on Amazon. So Figure I'd at least do that for you, just in case you was looking for one and not wanting to build one.